Hey there YouTube, this is Vargas XX78 with another collection pickup video. Yesterday was Free Comic Book Day, so I decided to visit the comic shop I frequent and, pick up the free comic book that they gave out today. Plus, I decided to pick up my pull list, and they still had that back issue sale, so I was able to pick up a lot of books that I wanted to share with you guys. So let's get started. First off, I picked up Action Comics 900. This is the landmark issue because this is the only comic book series that has reached 900 straight without taking a break. So yeah, big story. Last issue, Lex Luthor fused with this Phantom Zone creature and literally attained godlike powers, and he goes after Superman. He finally has all the power he could ever want to change the world, and he can't get over the fact and his hate for Superman. So he ends up losing all that power, and in the end gets sucked into a black sphere. While all that's happening, the Superman squad that was abducted by Doomsday is circling around this asteroid, and they find the original Doomsday hooked up to a bunch of cables. After defeating Luthor, Superman goes to save the Superman squad, and they to their horror they find out there's like four Doomsdays, each one attuned to the powers of a member of the Superman squad. There's a Cyborg Doomsday, a Steel Doomsday, an Eradicator Doomsday. So this sets off the reign of the Doomsdays, which is going to be a big deal because now there's more than one Doomsday. Plus, also this issue has Superman renouncing his U.S. citizenship, which it's not a big deal. Superman may have renounced his citizenship, but Clark Kent hasn't, so he's still good. But I don't know. It was a story within it. I don't know if it's gonna have any long-lasting effects on the series, so we'll see. But a good issue, a good issue. Picked up a bunch of Action Comic back issues. Picked up Action Comics 653. The doctor that stole the. This is an old story, but a doctor stole the kryptonite ring to prove that Clark Kent is Superman. So she confronts him and shows him the kryptonite ring, and Superman's like, "What's going on?" And she thinks she killed Superman, but then he gets better. Uh, the thing is that doctor gets mugged, and this leads to a crossover between Superman and Batman. So really, really good issue. Picked up Action Comics 692. This is actually after Superman's return in Adventures of Superman 505. So they give an explanation on how Clark Kent was buried under debris for after the battle with Doomsday. So they are able to explain how Clark Kent came back and he had the long hair, and then Superman's back. So yeah, good issue. Um, Issue 693 deals with the Eradicator. The Eradicator had apparently sacrificed himself to save Superman against the cyborg Superman. And in this issue, the Eradicator's body gets fused with the mind of a scientist. So the Eradicator was brought back to life in this one. Action Comics issue 696. This is when Superman was stranded in space, but when the Eradicator saved his life, Superman got supercharged, so he was developing his powers at an incredible rate, and he had superpowered heat vision, and his body could actually absorb solar radiation, so he could survive in deep space without oxygen. So Superman was getting insanely overpowered, and this was an adventure he had in that space travel. And we got Action Comics issue 788. Superman has an adventure in Japan where he faces off against this demon guy. So issue. Action Comics 799 before they reach the 800 one. This is a really good issue. Superman uh, encounters this giant chimp that's developing all these kind of powers, and he thinks it's Gorilla Grodd because it's a monkey involved, but he finds out it's actually someone that had abducted Hector Hammond and Hector Hammond was trying to ask for help, so he ends up contacting Superman. So really, really good issue. Action Comics issue 828. This is an issue drawn by John Byrne, written by Gail Simone, and Superman's dealing with apparently a female Dr. Polaris, but it's actually just one of Polaris's multiple personalities. But cool issue. Action Comics 830, continuing the story from the previous issue. And Superman is now dealing with Dr. Psycho and Black Adam. So, yeah. Then we got issue 848. Superman is visiting this country where this superpowered being is killing off terrorists. But by issue 849, we find out that the guy was just being manipulated by his father. But yeah, good issue. And I picked up Action Comics Annual Issue 12. This explains the origin of Flamebird and Nightwing. How, Chris was in the Phantom Zone, and how Thar saved him, and how they decided to stop the sleeper agent. So, really good issue, especially if you like the Flamebird and Nightwing series that happened. Picked up Amazing Spider-Man 659. Continuing the adventures of Spider-Man and the Future Foundation, trying to fix dimensional problems. By the end of this issue, they encountered the Sinister Six, but also, and I don't know what to think about this, but they also brought back Miles Warren, the Jackal, who was the one responsible for the whole Clone Saga, and apparently he's using bugs to do something to the people of New York. Because the tagline is "Infested the road to Spider Island." Apparently he's going to give Spider-Man powers to everyone in New York. So, he's going to take the Clone Saga and really go crazy with it. So, the Jackal's back. Yay, I guess. Picked up Fear Itself, Book 2. The Asgardian god of fear has sent forth all these mystical hammers and has taken possession of people like the Juggernaut and the Hulk. And he's using them as avatars for, his fear wave. So things are really, really not looking good for the hero. So I wasn't expecting much out of this series, but I really am digging it. So surprised by it. And I wasn't going to give in to the Marvel miniseries, but I decided to pick up the first issue of Fear Itself, The Homefront. The Homefront usually it does happen every time, or recently has happened every time Marvel does a crossover. And it's various stories revolving around the main event. So the artwork in this is really cool, and it has a lot of really cool stories. So decided to go ahead and pick up the Homefront issue 2. So I'm definitely gonna end up picking up this whole series. And again, I wasn't going to, but decided to pick up Fear Itself, Spider-Man. Another time. They could have done this in the main Spider-Man series. I really don't know why Marvel decides to, gouge people for more money with these mini specials. But whatever. At least the stories are good. So I'm also gonna end up picking up a Spider-Man, the Fear Itself special, plus the X-Men one. So picked up Batman Incorporated issue 5, concluding Batman's adventure in Argentina with El Gaucho. Azrael joins the fight, and along with Batwoman, and again El Gaucho. So they conclude that, and by the end of this, Batman, I think, goes to Africa. So his world-trotting adventure still continues. Took advantage of the sale and picked up a bunch of Detective Comics. Picked up Detective Comics 598, Part 1 of Blind Justice. When I saw this cover, I thought it was maybe a guy that was Bane, but no, it's just this guy that is connected to these electrical things that make him stronger and make him walk. So, but it's a huge 80-page giant, so I decided to pick that one up. Then picked up issue 599, continuing the story. Batman's dealing with this Batman hallucination, and also his body gets switched, or he gets hurt. So he ends up recruiting someone else to be Batman while he gets better, which everything concludes in issue 600. Another big, thick comic book, and Batman recruits someone to help him out to stop his threat, and by the end of the issue, everything is resolved. But it has a lot of pinups by comic book artists. A lot of them give their thoughts on Batman, and they put an artwork of Batman on the book. So really awesome comic book. Picked up Detective Comics issue 617. Batman gets a tip on the Joker, and he's trying to track him down. Plus, he visits a fortune teller who tells him that the Joker is alive, because this is after a death in the family, so Batman's not sure if the Joker is dead or not. So she tells him a tale of what's going to happen between him and the Joker, and it starts the Joker. That's the main reason I picked it up, and this is before issue 449 of the Batman series, when the Joker actually does return, so cool. They had a bunch of these. I picked up whatever I could from the Nightfall. This is when Bane first appeared, and he was trying to weaken Batman to take him out. In this one, this giant Amygdala guy, Amygdala, escapes with the ventriloquist, and Batman's trying to track them down. So that's issue 659. Is picked up issue 661. Batman is trying to deal with Firefly while the Joker and the Scarecrow are plotting their own scheme. Issue 662, Batman takes down the Firefly. Issue 663, this is the aftermath of Batman's battle with the Joker and the Scarecrow in the Batman series. He's trying to escape with the mayor through this pipeline that's being flooded, and he ends up after he escapes that, he goes around against Bane's henchmen, and by the end of the issue, he gets to the manor, and Alfred's knocked unconscious, and Bane is there waiting for him. So yeah, this is a prelude to when Batman gets his back broken. Then I picked up Detective Comics 665. This is after Bane broke Batman's back, and Jean-Paul Bally, Azrael, takes the mantle of the Bat, but already Robin's starting to see something wrong with him since he brutalizes these criminals that they wanted to stop. So yeah, already had seeds of Azrael not being all there. And picked up issue 675. I don't know if you can make it out, but it has this shiny chrome cover, and this is when Assbats upgraded his suit with machine guns and lasers and everything, so walking further away from Batman to become his own Batman. But he was already starting to hallucinate, so Assbats was really crazy. And picked up Detective Comics 676. Bruce Wayne was able to heal himself, and he's still training and taking down Lady Shiva. So he's not yet ready to wear the suit of the Batman, but he wears something similar in his road to regain his title. Picked up Detective Comics issue 846, which is the first part of the Heart of Hush storyline. Like I said before, I thought Hush was a really cool character, but just been underused a lot. And picked up Batman Streets of Gotham issue 18, which has the House of Hush storyline. So yeah, trying to complete the Hush storyline. Okay, guys, I think I'll chop off the video in here. Stay tuned for part 2, and thanks for watching.